Hello everyone, welcome to our 5-day basic bookkeeping series. My name is Jan and I'm excited to guide you through the fundamentals of bookkeeping. Whether you're a student, aspiring bookkeeper, entrepreneur, or someone who wants to learn how to record your business finances, this series is made especially for you. Bookkeeping is one of the most valuable business skills you can learn. So, by the end of this 5-day series, you will now understand the foundation of bookkeeping and learn how to record the basic financial transactions. So guys, in this 5-day series, we'll take a step-by-step approach, starting with the basics and gradually building your knowledge. So, no prior accounting experience is required. Bakit? Dahil each lesson is explained into a very simplest way para maiintindihan natin ng maigi into our basic language with practical examples that you can apply right away. So, balikan lang natin yung ating naunang videos, no? Yung 5-day bookkeeping tutorials natin, covered po nito yung first day natin is Introduction to Bookkeeping, which is now we will discuss later. Pag sabihin po natin Introduction to Bookkeeping, it is a learning experience what bookkeeping is and how it differs from accounting, why financial records are important, and understand the basic accounting equation. Mostly kasi ma-misinterpret natin yung kaibahan ng bookkeeping at saka accounting. So, minsan ma-generalize natin na ang bookkeeping and accounting ay isa lang. Yes, almost the same but they are different in function. I-discuss natin later pa. In our next day, which is day 2, our topic naman is about the understanding the 5 major accounts. If you're already familiar about the 5 major accounts classifications, those are asset liabilities, owner's equity, revenue, and expenses. We learned how to classify business transactions on our second day. On our third day, which is the rules of debit and credit, this is one of the most important guys in bookkeeping, is to understand the rule of debit and credit. So on day 3, you will learn how different accounts increase or decrease, and how to apply the golden rules when recording the financial transactions. Alright, so on our day 4, it is about the journalizing and posting. So once you've learned the rules of debit and credit, now you'll begin recording transactions in the general journal and posting them to your general ledgers. So this is where bookkeeping starts to come together. Last, on our day 5, is the preparation or preparing the basic financial statements. So this is our final lesson. We'll use the recorded transactions to prepare the basic financial reports, which helps you to understand how bookkeeping information is transformed into a meaningful financial statements. By the end of this 5-day series, you'll have a solid foundation in bookkeeping and a clear understanding of the basic principles used to record and to organize the financial transactions. These are very essential, guys. Skills will prepare you for more advanced bookkeeping and accounting topics in the future. Alright, this is our roadmap for our 5-day bookkeeping tutorial. So, make sure na hindi natin ma-miss yung isang araw kasi mahalaga ito sa proseso po ng ating basic bookkeeping. Alright, now that you know already or you know what to expect throughout this course, so let's begin with day 1. Our day 1, it is about the introduction to bookkeeping. So, we have the objectives here. At the end of this lesson, of course, you should be able to define what is bookkeeping. Then you should differentiate the bookkeeping from accounting. explain the importance of bookkeeping financial records, understand the basic accounting equation. These are our objectives, guys, that after the end of this lesson, expecting that you already know what is the bookkeeping, differentiate the bookkeeping and the accounting, understand the importance of keeping financial record, why we need to keep the financial records, no? At last is to understand the basic accounting equation. This is actually the foundation of the accounting, which is the basic accounting equation, guys. So now let's start with what is bookkeeping. First, let's define what is it. No? Bookkeeping is the process of recording all the financial transactions of a business in an organized and accurate manner. In simple words, bookkeeping means keeping track of where the money comes from and where the money goes. No? It is actually organizing your records. No? If we see financial transactions naman, these includes sales. These are one of the common examples if you have any small business that can generate the sales. Second is purchases. No? We also have paying rent. We also have buying supplies, receive payments, and paying salaries. Guys, all of these transactions must be recorded so that nothing is forgotten. If not recorded, you won't remember exact how much you spent on earth. So, these are the common transaction, guys, na meet natin on our daily transactions. No? Ang sales, ang purchases, paying rent, which is the expense, paying salaries, buying supplies, and receive payments. So, dapat natin siguraduhin na daily po yung recording natin. Bakit? Kasi may pagkakataon kasi na malilimutan natin pagdating po ng araw na hindi na tayo mababalance during the end of the month. So magkakaroon tayo ng difference amount dahil nami-miss natin, hindi natin na-record agad. So that is the importance. Why bookkeeping is very important. It keeps your business organized and accurate. So, hindi pwedeng hindi natin i-record lahat po. These are examples of the financial transactions po. So, now let's differentiate. Sometimes kasi confusing ang bookkeeping and accounting. Most people say they are almost the same, but actually they are related. But they are different. So, if you see bookkeeping, it focuses on the recording of financial transactions. As we have mentioned earlier, that bookkeeping is recording and organizing your financial transactions. Okay, while accounting naman focuses on analyzing, interpreting the financial information and prepare the financial statements. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nun? So, ibig sabihin nun, in the simplest term, ang bookkeeping ay nag-record ng information or recording numbers. In the other hand, accounting focuses on analyzing and interpreting the financial information and prepare the financial statements. So, ibig sabihin na accountants pala nagpiprepare ng financial statements na piniprepare ng mga bookkeepers. So, without the bookkeepers or without the bookkeeping, accounting cannot happen. So, nag-go after ang accounting from the bookkeeping. If we will organize ang imuhang records of transactions, hindi mahirapan si accounting. Why? Because yun po ang i-analyze ni accounting lahat po ng transactions ng inyong business. So, lahat ng transactions ay kailangan i-analyze ni accountant para siya ay makapag-prepare ng well-decision or makapag-prepare ng financial statements. No? Kasi lahat po, bali si bookkeeping talaga is the source of decision making, source of financial statements, lahat-lahat po. Pag walang bookkeeping, walang basis si accountant. No? Wala siyang makukuhang data. Kaya mahalaga po si bookkeeping. Alright. Now, let's pursue the importance of financial records. Ano ba talaga? Bakit importante yung yung financial records, yung mga sales, yung purchases na dapat natin siyang mai-record. Bakit? It helps the owner monitor their finances, comply with legal requirements, and make informed decisions. No? Kasi ito kasi yung basis ng mga business owners Para ma-monitor nila yung finances nila, kailangan nilang ma-check, kailangan nilang makita yung mga reports, mga analytical data, yung reports na kabuang business. Kasi pag wala po talaga, hindi po proper yung recording ng transactions, magkakaroon ng misinterpretation at hindi maganda yung decisions na maaari nilang maipatupad later on. Legal requirements. If we say legal requirements, examples for this is of course your tax preparation. Pag hindi maganda, hindi organized yung records, ibig sabihin yung mga reporting natin related to BIR or tax reports, hindi rin po siya tugma, hindi po rin tama, magkaroon ng diferensya. And make informed decision. Yun yung sinabi ko kanina. Ito yung basis ng mga business owners. Magkakaroon later on the informed decisions. Bakit? Kasi meron silang basis Meron silang nakikita ng mga records. Ito yung daily transactions, ito yung sales, ito yung expenses, ito yung kabuang expenses and kabuang sales. Magkakaroon sila ngayon ng decision making kung paano nila palalaguin yung business nila. Or magkakaroon ba sila ng cost cutting kasi malaki na yung expenses. Very important also. So, iisahin natin bakit mahalaga yung pag-keep ng mga financial records. Una kasi, in terms of profit and loss. So, the owner is wanted to know the actual income expenses. Mahalaga siya kasi po magkakaroon na ngayon ng pagkakataon na ma-check ng business owners kung magkano ba yung income at magkano ba yung losses. Lugi ba for the end of the month? Meron bang income for the end of the month? Yun. And this falls under the income statement reports. That is, actually, income statement is part of the financial reports. No? That is one, profit and loss. Next, yun nga, sinasabi ko kanina, decision making. Business owners can decide whether to increase the sales, reduce the expenses, or invest more. Magkakaroon na sila ngayon ng well-informed decision making. Kailangan ba nilang magpa-increase ng sales kasi maliit lang yung income? Kailangan ba nilang mag-reduce ng expenses kasi malaki talaga ang expenses, mas over yung expenses compared to the monthly income, and so on and so forth. Budgeting, of course, financial records help business control spending. Dito rin makikita yung kung magkano ba yung budget for the whole year. For example, for the whole year magkakaroon lang tayo ng 50,000 budget for transportation. So paano mamamonitor ng business owners na yung 50,000 na target ay talagang nakukuha o hindi o lumalagpas pa? Yun. So binabasihan din po natin yung actual expense of transportation compared to the budgeting expense. If na-hit po yung budget or if na less po yung budget, at doon po talaga magkakaroon ng another decision kung kailangan ba i-increase kasi na-over na yung budget, yung actual expense natin for transportation. So for the next year ba, kailangan ba natin i-increase yung budgeting natin specific for the transportation, or kailangan ba natin i-increase yung sales natin kasi malaki po yung loss natin versus to the actual expenses. Yun po. Budgeting. Magkakaroon ka ngayon ng forecast budgeting for the whole year. Ilatad mo lahat. Yung gusto mo ma-hit na target for your sales and ma-hit na target na hindi nalagpas yung expenses natin. Very important po. Next is the compliance or tax compliance. Government agencies require businesses to maintain the financial records for tax preparation. Number one here, what agency is this? BIR, Bureau of Internal Revenues. So, kailangan talaga na accurate yung reporting natin for the tax. Why? Kasi magkakaroon ka ngayon ng deficit or deficit po ng reporting natin. Hindi tugma. Bakit? Kasi hindi mo nga naayos yung records mo. Hindi mo na-keep track yung records mo. Hindi nyo po na-record yung daily transactions ninyo. Kaya na-overlook ninyo kung magkano ba yung intended for that tax. No? Another here is that the basis for your, for example, the business renewal for every year. Business renewal, nagkakaroon po ngayon ng basis for tax based on your final income. Magkano ba yung total income mo? If malaki yung na-declare mo na income, ibig sabihin, malaki din po yung babayaran natin na tax. But in the actual naman, maliit lang pala yung income ninyo for the whole year. Kasi nga, hindi organized yung records natin. Kaya, very important ito na kailangan makip track natin yung financial records. Alright? Next is to prevent errors and fraud. Of course, if mag-record tayo ng transactions regularly, it helps to detect the mistakes early. It is also discourage and authorize use of company money. So, ibig sabihin, pag makakaroon ng minimal errors of transactions, madidetect natin kaagad, makakorek kaagad. Rather than ma-prolong siya kasi hindi tayo nagre-record. No? Na-check ni bookkeeper yung maling transactions at na-recheck din ni accountant yung transactions ni bookkeeper. So, ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon na ngayon ng check and balance. I-check ni accountant yung lahat ng transactions ni bookkeeper. So, magkakaroon na ngayon ng prevention of unauthorized use of company money and to detect the mistakes early. So, maiiwasan din natin dito yung mga fraudulence, for example, yung pag-i-expense ng mga money na hindi naman intended dyan. Pag na-check natin kaagad, ma-action kaagad. Pero pag hindi ma-check, is lalo possible, mag-worse siya. Last is the business growth. So, banks and investors often ask for financial statements before approving the loans or investment. If you have an accurate bookkeeping, it makes business more trustworthy. Okay? So, mostly kasi, pag tayo ay, for example, yung company natin nagkakaroon ng increase of capital. So, unang-una, kailangan natin mangutang kasi hindi enough yung capital. Pag mag-loan tayo, for example, in the government agencies or mga banks, number one nilang i-require sa inyo is to provide the financial records. Now, that is the basic requirements. If you are an organization or a business organization, but asking for a for loans to other government agencies, of course, you have to submit physically your financial records. Kasi doon nila makikita part of their evaluation is to check if magkano ba yung cash inflows nyo, magkano ba yung income ninyo, at magkano din po yung expenses ninyo or yung cash outflows ninyo. Baka ngayon, nag-apply kayo ng 1 million, tapos hindi kayo makapagbayad kasi nga hindi ganun kalaki yung sales ninyo, hindi ganun kalaki ang cash inflows ninyo, hindi mo ma-afford ang pagbayad ng monthly amortization ninyo. So, kaya kailangan natin magpasa ng financial records to the government agencies or the banks kung saan tayo ay nag-ask ng loans. That is one of their requirements. At hindi naman tayo matatakot kasi if we recorded naman yung transactions, okay lang yun. Walang problema. No? Pag will recorded ang transactions natin, marami na ngayon. Or possible pa magkakaroon kayo ng mga investors. Mag-invest ako sa bank ninyo, mag-invest ako sa business ninyo kasi nakita ko maganda yung takbo ng business. And you also as the business owner will confident to provide that report. Why? Kasi nakita mo na-analyze mo na, meron ka ng mga basis. Bakit ganito yung income ninyo for the whole year based on the actual and the budgeting na target nyo pa. So, ibig sabihin ngayon, confident ka to present at makiakit ng mga investors na mag-invest sa inyo pangdagdag capital. O, diba? That is the very important why we need to keep talaga ng financial records natin, lahat ng transactions. So, if you have any questions, guys, please comment on our comment section para po ma-discuss natin later on our day 2 tutorial. Next, we have the basic accounting. Ito na. Now, let's learn the most important formula in bookkeeping. This is, guys, the basic and very important formula pagdating po sa bookkeeping. No? The formula is the asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Iisa-isahin natin later on. Ito po talaga yung formula ng bookkeeping. Ito po yung formula ng accountant, no? Ito yung pina-follow. Yung asset daw, i-equal siya into a liabilities plus owner's equity. No? Pag i-sum off natin daw yung pag i-sum off natin yung liabilities and owner's equity, ibig sabihin mag-equal siya doon sa asset. No? This is the basic accounting equation. Liabilities plus owner's equity equals to asset. So, ibig sabihin, pag yung liabilities mo ay 10,000, for example, yung owner's equity mo is 10,000, ibig sabihin yung total asset mo is nagiging 20,000. If meron kang 50,000 na liabilities at meron kang 50,000 na owner's equity, ibig sabihin yung asset mo is 100,000. Okay? So, now let's define first what is asset. It is something owned by a business that has value and can help to generate the income. That has value daw. Ano ba yung mga examples natin dito pag sabihin nating assets? Ito daw ay isang bagay sa negosyo na nagkakaroon ng value to generate income. Okay, for example, we have the cash equipment or cash equipment, inventory. Those are examples of the assets, including dyan yung computers natin, yung furniture. Anything that has value and belongs to the business is an asset. Lahat po yun na na-mention natin ay tinatawag under asset po. Bakit? Nagkakaroon po kasi siya ng cash value. Cash, specific sa cash, of course, cash. Asset talaga siya kasi may value siya yung cash. Equipment natin, may mga value din yung mga equipment natin. Yung inventory natin, if meron tayo mga online store or physical store, nagsisales tayo ng mga school supplies or anything, and that is considered an inventory. Yung mga hindi po na sold out, yun po, yung hindi na sold out, yun po yung total inventory ninyo. So, ma-equivalent kasi yun na cash. Computers natin, unang-una, nag-purchase tayo ng computer. Tapos, ginagamit natin yung computer. Since nagpa-function pa siya, may value pa rin yun. No? Furniture, anything, lahat po na may value, yun po ay tinatawag na asset. Punta naman tayo sa liabilities. So, liabilities is an amount of money that a business owes to another person, company, or organization. Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Ito daw ay isang amount o ito ay isang pira na hiniram natin to other person, no? Sa friends natin or kamag-anak or individual person na nagpapautang, no? Sa company daw, if for example, naglo-loan tayo sa banks or government agencies, yun po ay liabilities mo na kailangan mong bayaran lahat ng ito, no? Utang mo sa individual person, utang mo sa company and organization, and that is considered as liability. So you need to repay your obligations to that person or entities. For example, yung bank loans, unpaid bills, yung mga expenses natin, yung mga hindi nababayaran na mga bills, liabilities po yun, like electric bill, no? Internet bill or internet ganun. Anything that has or anything that the business owes, yun po ay liabilities. And lastly, we have the owner's equity. Pag sabihin natin owner's equity, it is the owner's share or investment in the business. It represents what belongs to the owner after paying all liabilities. This is your owner's equity. So your shares, your capital shares po sa business ninyo, lahat po, for example, lahat po nabayaran nyo na po yung utang ninyo. Meron kang liabilities na 20,000. For example, liabilities is 20,000. 20,000 nababayaran mo na. So magkano lang natira? Pero ka lang natira na 10,000. Ibig sabihin, ito yung owner shares mo. Ito yung natira. Ito yung remaining amount po ng after you pay all your liabilities. So ngayon, nakakaroon ka na ngayon ng total assets mo na 30,000. Alright? Note that every financial transactions in bookkeeping follows this equation and always balance. So ito talaga yung pina-follow na equation po. Pagdating po sa bookkeeping po, kailangan natin ito i-follow at always balance po. Hindi po pwedeng nagiging 101,000 ang asset at taka yung liabilities wise nagiging 100,000 lang. Liabilities and owner's equity is 100,000 tapos yung total asset mo is 101,000. Hindi po pwede. Kailangan balance. Balance talaga yung asset equals liabilities and owner's equity. So therefore, if there is an increase, if mag-increase po yung liabilities natin dito or owner's equity, your asset also will increase. Mag-increase din po yung asset. Otherwise, if mag-decrease po yung liabilities kasi nababayaran na natin yung ibang utang, mag-decrease din po yung total asset natin. Alright? Any questions? If meron po kayong mga katanungan, please comment lang po sa comment section natin at pag-uusapan natin yan on our Day 2 Bookkeeping Series. See? Sis, alam na natin, kailangan natin ito, guys, kailangan natin itong i-memorize yung equation. Dapat alam natin ito. So, on our next topic, magkakaroon naman tayo ng example. Magbigay tayo ng example para matutunan nyo po yung basic accounting equations. So, now, let's proceed this example 1. Suppose a business has liabilities of 40,000. Liabilities of 40,000 and owner's equity of 60,000. What is your total asset? Yung hinahanap po dito is total asset. So, let's check. Paano po natin siya i-analyze? Of course, i-apply natin po yung formula natin. Ano nga ba yung formula natin? The basic accounting equation natin, we have asset equals liabilities and owner's equity. So, given na po dito yung liabilities na 40,000. So, breakdown natin dito yung 40,000 na liabilities. Since given na po yung 40,000 under liabilities, let's break down it 40,000. Next, owner's equity also 60,000. So, it means your total asset is equals to 100,000. 40,000 liabilities plus 60,000 owner's equity, your total asset is 100,000. Take note guys, if mag-increase po yung owner's equity or yung liabilities natin, ibig sabihin mag-increase din po yung ating asset. If mag-decrease po yung liabilities, ibig sabihin mag-decrease din po yung asset natin. If both nag-decrease yung liabilities, nag-decrease din yung owner's equity, ibig sabihin mag-decrease din po yung asset natin. Kasi equal nga eh. Equal nga, sinasabi natin equal, ibig sabihin, pag mag-increase yung liabilities at owner's equity, mag-increase din po yung asset. Pag mag-decrease naman, either one of which liabilities or owner's equity, ibig sabihin mag-decrease din po yung asset natin. Alright? Okay, so guys, to summarize our lesson, today, we'll learn about bookkeeping is the recording of financial transactions. So, ang ibig sabihin pala ng bookkeeping is to record lang ng financial transactions. Yun lang po yung trabaho ng mga bookkeepers, to record all financial transactions. Bookkeeping and accounting have different rules. Alam naman natin na ang bookkeeping and yung accountant or accounting ay iba-iba po yung rules nila. Almost they are the same, but actually they are different in function. Bookkeeping is to record financial transactions, while accountant is to analyze all the transactions recorded by the bookkeeper or prepared by the bookkeeper. Financial records help businesses stay organized, yes, make better decisions, and comply with tax requirements. Alam naman natin na ngayon na ang financial records pala ay mahalaga for the business owners in order to make a better decisions and to comply with tax requirements, being compliant to BIR or other government agencies. Mahalaga po yung pagre-record natin ng mga transactions. Every transaction follows the equation or accounting equation. So, now alam na natin na yung meron pala tayong formula pagdating po sa bookkeeping. Meron pala tayong basic accounting equation. Yun po ay ang asset equals liabilities and owners equity. And these are the foundations of bookkeeping. Guys, these are the foundation of bookkeeping. Ito talaga yung very important, guys, na equation po na dapat natin alalahanin, isaulo natin pag tayo ay nagpe-prepare po ng mga financial transactions, if tayo po ay nag-a-analyze ng mga financial records upang tayo ay makapag-prepare ng financial statements. Ito lang po yung equations na ipapalo natin. Wala na pong iba. Ito na. Hindi ito katulad ng algebra, geometry po na maraming formula. Ito lang. At marami ka na ma-generate na reports dito. Later on, pag-usapan natin in our next tutorial videos, yung mga iba't ibang reports na kailangan natin i-generate o i-prepare po ng mga accountant. Alright. So guys, let's have day 1 short quiz. Read each question carefully. Choose the best answer from the 4 options A, B, C, or D. Guys, basic lang po yung mga questions natin dito at napag-aralan na po natin at na-mentions na natin kanina po. So let's proceed our first question. What is bookkeeping? O alam nyo na kung ano po yung bookkeeping. A. Preparing tax returns. Recording a business financial transactions. C. Advertising products. And D. Hiring employees. The correct answer is B. Recording a business financial transactions. 2. What is bookkeeping or why is bookkeeping important? A. It helps keep accurate financial records. B. It guarantees business profit. C. It replaces accounting. And D. It eliminates taxes. You have 10 seconds to answer, please. The correct answer is A. It helps keep accurate financial records. 3. Which of the following is the basic accounting equations? A. Asset equals income plus expenses. B. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. C. Income equals asset minus liabilities. D. Expenses equals income plus equity. The correct answer is B. Asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. 4. If a business has 500,000 pesos in assets and 200,000 pesos in liabilities, what is the owner's equity? A. 200,000. B. 300,000. C. 500,000. And D. 700,000. The correct answer is B. 300,000. Guys, this is the basic equations. Asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So since ang pinag-uusapan po dito is ang 500 daw is an asset, 500 is an asset equals yung 200 daw dito is liabilities. Paano ba nakakuha yung 300,000? So, ang tanong, magkano po yung owner's equity? Okay? So, ang owner's equity po natin ay nagiging 300,000. Bakit? Kailangan lang natin i-subtract yung 500 minus 20,000. At ang result niya ay ilalagay natin under the owner's equity, which is 300,000. Bakit? Kasi pag i-sum off natin yung 200,000 plus 300,000, yung kalalabasan niya ay 500,000. So, equal siya into our assets. So, ibig sabihin, isa-subtract natin yung asset minus liabilities para makuha natin yung 300,000. If liabilities naman yung hinahanap, isa-subtract din po natin yung equity minus asset para makuha natin yung liabilities. Okay? Pero pag asset naman, follow the equation, liabilities plus owner's equity. Alright, so let's proceed to our last questions for today. Which of the following is classified as an asset? Bank loan, accounts payable, cash, or owner's capital? Owner's capital, kulang po ng L. Capital po. The correct answer is cash. Ano nga ba yung example po ng asset? Unang-una po dyan is cash. For example, okay, one example under the asset, of course, is cash. Ano pa yung na-mention natin kanina? Equipment. Ano pa yung na-mention kanina? Furniture. These are examples of asset, furniture, and etc. As long as it can generate cash, no? Pag nakapag-generate siya ng cash, ibig sabihin asset po siya. Ano naman yung bank loan, accounts payable? Ito po ay under the liabilities. Ito po ay under the liabilities. Okay. Bakit? Kasi ito ay utang. Loan, utang nyo po, at accounts payable po, babayaran nyo po from your suppliers or your or this is an expense payable po. So this is under the liabilities kasi hindi nyo po ito pagmamayari. Bank loan, utang po yan. So it's your obligation to repay your loans. Owner's equity naman, so of course that is under the owner's equity. Comment and subscribe for the next lesson. Thank you for your watching, and I'll see you in our day 2. Happy learning and God bless.